You're watching Hypno Heather.
It's very important to differentiate a feeling of anxiety or an anxious feeling and a bodily response involuntarily, like a panic attack or an anxious response to something or a reaction. These are two separate things, and one has a solution while the other one is more about an investigative process into yourself and ultimately your soul's purpose. Now, the one that has a solution is the panic attack, is where there is an involuntary strong reaction to a possible external stimulus or event, but not necessarily logically connected. Or even a lot of times people will say, I don't know why it is. Sometimes it seems like there's a reason, and sometimes it just happens. Hi, I'm Hypno Heather, and I'm here to talk about these two ways of anxiety. Feel free to follow, hit the bell if you want to hang out with me more in the future. And I'm going to give two solutions. So one for that involuntary strong reaction slash panic attack, and one for a generalized feeling of anxiousness. Now, with the strong panic attack, when I have someone come to me looking for support or help to identify and resolve root cause, that is something that I would tell them that can go away. You do not have to live with that. That's something that can absolutely go away, because what's happening is there's something being triggered. So likely there was an event or events or experiences in the past where that response got stuck. We could talk about this in a psychological way or in a somatic way, but to keep it simple, that feeling got stuck. And then anytime it gets triggered logically or illogically, this isn't a logical thing, but anytime it gets triggered and the protective self needs to survive, it's going to produce that reaction. So this is usually the result of something in the past. Regression hypnotherapy is the key for that. I've seen it work in my own practice hundreds, if not thousands of times. And also, I train my students to recognize that this is something that they can help with hypnotherapy, because it's a subconscious problem and it's not normal. Like, it's not just part of being human. It's actually something that the person is experiencing because of what you went through in the past and is likely unresolved, or let's say unprocessed material in the subconscious mind. Now, setting that aside for a moment, the generalized feeling of anxiety or feeling anxiety, even when it's strong, I know how intense it can be. And I've had many conversations with my clients around this and my students. Now, that feeling of anxiousness, I'll say first off, is part of being human. It's not something to be solved. Just like if you were really happy, you wouldn't say, oh my God, I'm so happy. Like, I need to fix this. Right? I know it sounds silly when you say it like that, but every feeling in the spectrum of feelings that we experience is part of the richness of being human. It's part of the experience of being human. Now, that being said, anxiety often, if not always, has a message, especially if it's beyond this kind of just feeling anxious for something new, or, going somewhere by yourself, or doing something for the first time, or putting something out there that like you're not sure how it's going to be taken. Or, there's always, that's a normal anxiousness. Now, if it's more than that and it's like really debilitating you, but it's not necessarily a strong response to a past experience, then likely this is your entire being letting you know that something has to change. Letting you know, like, so lots of times people will have this and they just have to quit their job, or they have to leave their relationship, or they have to grow in their business, or they have to speak up in their family or at their job. many different things. You know, when the call to heal or the call to grow or the call to get out of our comfort zone comes, it doesn't always feel good. And it can be really debilitating. And sometimes that anxiety is also a blessing because it helps with getting in touch with our needs. Like if we're really trying to force ourselves to do something, or we're like, oh my God, I wish I need motivation to do this, or like, I really don't want to do this, or our anxiety is like keeping us in bed, you know, like keeping us unable to produce or do. You know, this is a beautiful message from the soul where, like, maybe we're really still functioning on old limiting beliefs and perceptions of ourselves and life and work. And we're trying to push ourselves to do something that's really not aligned for us anymore. This could be with hanging out with certain people. This could be with work or a job or even areas of your business. And if we're trying to push ourselves to do things that are not aligned with us anymore for our highest good and for like what we truly desire, anxiety is going to come along and punch us in the face sometimes. Or if there's things that we've been avoiding because we are kind of staying comfortable and the discomfort is causing resistance, which is okay, right? It's human. It's human. But if we keep avoiding that, then we're continuing to create more resistance, and that resistance is going to feel so much like anxiety. So I hope that helps. I mean, even the second one, you could have support around, especially if you're not used to the conversation or you don't have the context for the experience that you're having. And maybe you're not sure how to get in touch with your intuition and how to hear the voice of your soul. That's the type of coaching that I do around anxiety. And then also, I do have hypnotherapists that work for me that are very good at removing, resolving, identifying, and resolving root cause and helping you to release those triggers that are creating those involuntary reactions that can go away. So thanks for watching. I'll leave some links below for you to carry on or move forward on your journey to yourself and your health and well-being and, let's say, sanity. And thank you so much for watching. Ciao for now.